Now, we were both here in '94. You were working for the Clinton administration. I was working for the Congressional Republicans. What advice would you give to President Obama after this shellacking?
Well, at the end of '94, in fact, early in 1995, President Clinton's re-elect number was 39%.
Yeah.
We were headed for his being defeated in 1996. By the end of the calendar year 1995, there was literally no way Bob Dole could beat him. Clinton had recovered so much that his re-elect was up to plus 50.
Yeah, I remember.
How did we do that? We ran the best Republican administration in my lifetime.
I remember that too.
You know, we put 100,000 cops on the street. We balanced the budget, passed balanced budget legislation that committed to balancing the budget at first in 10 years. We lowered it to 7 and eventually did it in 5. And signed welfare reform. Then there were a host of other things that were done. Now, did President Clinton tack to the middle? Yes, he did. But at the same time, I would remind you that he maintained an animosity toward Republican leadership that kept them at bay. He didn't do this simply by working with them and doing what they wanted.
No, it was hard. It was hard work.
It was very hard work. And, you know, at the time, we understood that centrism was a good idea, but moderation could be interpreted as weakness.
Right, right.
And we didn't want to be weak.
Right.
And so there was this antagonism between President Clinton and the Republican leadership. Helped enormously when the Republican leadership shut the government down.
Right. It's good to put something in there. When I was working for Tom DeLay, in almost every meeting, he would go off about how Bill Clinton was stealing all his issues. He was talking like a Republican. It drove Tom DeLay completely crazy.
I understand that, and I appreciate it. I think, you know, look, when this plan was, when we developed this in the first half of 1995, I admit that at one point I thought to myself, okay, so what the idea is that we take all of their issues off the table.
Right.
And the only thing we leave is the president's character.
Yeah.
And I was like...
And that's what we focused on.
It's like, yep.
And that's what we focused on.
We'll win that fight.
Right.
We'll win that fight.
Right.
And we did. You know, it worked. Now, look, I don't know what President Obama will do. Mm-hmm. My instinct, my gut is he will not do what President Clinton did. I don't think you'll see him replicate the Clinton rehabilitation program.
Right.
I think instead he'll be Harry Truman. I think he's going to probably find a way to realize eventually that nothing's getting done, and to run against, in particular, the Republican House leadership, and say they're keeping the country stuck in the mud.
Right.
You know, they're saying no, they're not letting us move forward on anything. I might be wrong, but that would be my guess.